Hello, welcome to Colleen B Millinery. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Sinamay leaves, which are a beautiful addition to any headpiece you're creating. Just showing you now a few pieces here that I've made earlier. Right, so to make your leaves you will need a piece of Sinamay, a bowl of lukewarm water, a scissors and your hands. So to start with, you're going to cut out the shape of a leaf. Now if you want, you can draw your leaf template out on a piece of paper first and pin it down onto your Sinamay and cut it out, but I'm just going to cut it freehand just to show you how it works. Okay, so I'm going to cut it on the straight, which is when the threads are running left to right rather than diagonally. This would be your bias, which would give you more give, but I just want to do it on the straight because I just want to show that you can still use your Sinamay on the straight for certain pieces. So I'm just roughly cutting out the shape of a leaf. Now when you're cutting out the shape of your leaf, cut it at least 2 centimeters bigger than what you want your finished leaf to be. Just going to tidy that bit up there, give it more of a leaf shape. Okay, so once you have that done, you're just going to turn your Sinamay 1 millimeter in on the edge the entire way around. And now on the opposite side as well. And once you have that done, then you're going to get your fingers and you're just going to lightly dip them into the water. And you're going to run your fingers around the edge that you've just turned in. By doing this, you're... Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. By doing this, you are softening the stiffening agent, that's been put into it, which is like a glue. So you'll almost kind of feel that it gets a little bit sticky. So I'm just going to run that all around. You can see that bit's opening up again. Don't worry, we'll fold it in again. Then once you feel then that you've dampened your edges, just dry off your hands, and then you're going to come back again and you're going to start from the beginning and you're going to fold it in a second time in on itself. Don't worry about being too neat and precise on this because you're going to be rolling the leaf edge the entire way around. This is just to soften the edges and get the flow, the shape that you want it to start having. Just folding it in the second time the entire way around. And you can see as I'm getting to here, it's already opening up again here. That's okay because we're going to roll that. So then we'll go back to here. Then taking your finger and your thumb in both hands, you're going to begin to roll your Sinamay. The start of it is the hardest part. Once you get into the flow of it, you'll be able to roll the entire edge around. So all I'm doing is just opening and closing it back on itself until it starts to roll in. Now I need to turn my hands this way so you won't be able to see for a second. I'm just going to give it a roll. So what I'm doing is I'm just rolling it. You can see it's starting to roll here. Now straight away it looks like it's warping the shape, but you're going to roll all this edge so it'll all start to pull in. So don't worry about rolling it too tight. It's just to get the roll into it. You'll come back then and tighten it. You're just going to carry this process on the entire way around your leaf. Again, on the tips, don't worry about rolling your tips in because you'll twist them at the ends. And you'll cut off your loose ends. So just rolling the entire way around. So that's this side rolled. You can just see the shape that it's starting to make. You can see the side that hasn't been rolled. So now I'm going to start from here. I'm going to roll it again. Back and forth. And then once you get the roll, you can just bring it round the entire way. Still rolling. This is great to do in the evenings, just sitting down in front of the television, because you can get like a bag of them done with all the scraps of Sinamay that you have, and they just come in handy then at later stages when you're making headpieces, because you could also spray these different colours as well. So that's why it's just good to hang on to all your scraps of Sinamay pieces, because you never know what you'll be able to use them for. So you can just see now I'm just going back over my edges. You can see now where it's rolled. The ends there are still quite messy on both sides. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and just twist. And twist. And twist. And again the same on the opposite sides. See there now, I won't twist it. Just, yeah, there we go. So you can see your longer lengths. Now if you wanted to fold them over and bring it into a headpiece, you could always keep your little ends here as pieces to stitch. But I'm just going to have to show you, I'm not going to have to, but I'm going to show you how to do just a finished full leaf shape. So what I'm going to do now is on the twisted ends, I'm going to get the scissors. I'm just going to cut at an angle. As you can see here, and then I'm going to go back again and I'm going to start rolling again. Every time you're rolling it back and forth, you're not going any further in, you're just going back and forth in the same piece that you rolled. It just tightens the roll every time, which holds it better, because after when the water's dried off it, it'll have re-stiffened itself and it will set and it won't open up then for you. So all I'm doing is opening and closing the same area that I've rolled already. I'm not carrying on rolling it in any further. I'm just going back and forth on the same piece. You can see I've opened that up there, but that's okay because I'm just going to roll that right in. And again on the other side, you can twist that in again at the ends. And there you have a finished Sinamay leaf. Now if you wanted to, you can open this up here and put a little bit of glue in. But I wouldn't do it until you know where you're putting it into your piece, because if you do that and then the glue sets and dries and then you decide you want to stitch this side in, you might find it hard to get through the glue that you've put into it beforehand. So I would just leave them all and see where you're going to be putting them into your headpiece and decide from there on. But a little stitch and wrap your thread around with a little bead to the end on the piece that's showing could be lovely as well. So just to show you, you can add that now to the other leaves that I've made. And in doing so, you can create floral arrangements with it into your headpiece. Thank you for watching, and that is how you make a Sinamay leaf.